friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here for another recap of Inmate to Roommate. The entitlement of some of these inmates is just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Alright, let's start off with Tiffany, Quinn, and Ariel. Time to go to the club. Time to go to a club. And as y'all know, Ariel ain't been to a club in 4 years. So they up in the club and they with their homegirls. And who's sitting there? Quinn. I was like, Quinn, why are you there? Didn't Tiffany tell you to get out? Didn't you slam the door? But you sitting up in the club. Okay. So they up in the club having a good old time, having drinks. And then here comes the bottle girls with the sparklies. Hey, hey, honey. So who pays for the bottle service? Who's paying for the drinks? Ariel. Yeah, that's right, Ariel, the one who don't have a job. The one fresh out of prison is paying for all this service. So Quinn is like, now, how's she paying for this? Huge question mark. Tiffany is like, how's she paying this? Huge question mark. Because see, Tiffany said that in the first month, she'll take care of the rent and she'll take care of the bills until Ariel can get on her feet. Well, apparently Ariel is on her feet because she done dropped $350. $350. So, of course, they go outside. It's Quinn, Tiffany, and Ariel. And so Quinn said, listen, I'm just going to say this, okay? This is effed up. Something's not right. How you going to pay for all the drinks? How you paying for all the drinks? And so here is Quinn and Ariel going back and forth with each other outside of the club. Screaming, yelling. Because see, ain't been said, but something's going on between either Tiffany and Ariel. They more than just roommates, or something had went on between Tiffany and Quinn. I mean, something's going on. Let's just call it what it is. Let's be honest. So they're arguing back and forth. And so Tiffany is like, enough. Stop it. Calm down. Enough. And so Tiffany's like, listen, I'm going to have to agree with Quinn with this one. How you paying for all this? You ain't working. And you paying for bottle service? So then Tiffany calls Ariel a criminal. And that hurts Ariel's feelings. Well, I will say this. Tiffany, you can't be calling Ariel a felon, a criminal, because see, you invited her in your house. See, you let your homegirl go, that your best friend of 10 years. So you can't say anything about Ariel's past. Because once she darkened your doorway, that was out. You trusted her enough to bring her into your home, amongst your belongings, amongst your electronics, amongst your pocketbook, amongst your credit card. So, everything calms down a little bit. Ariel goes back inside the club. So, Tiffany gets home, and Tiffany is still mind-boggled about how she paid for all this, but didn't give her no money on rent. Well, you said you'll take care of it, so. House nasty, apartment nasty. Ariel ain't holding up her end of the bargain. So Ariel comes home. Where you been? What's going on? Look at this house. This house nasty. So Ariel, she was like, listen, I just needed some time. You know, let me get on up in here and wash these little bit of dishes. Tiffany said, don't worry about it, I took care of it. Now, where'd you get that money from? So Ariel says that she got stimulus money and money from her parents. That's how she was able to pay for the $350. She said, listen, that's how I paid for it. You know, I was just trying to be nice. And I get jumped on for trying to be nice. Now, back up, y'all. She been in prison for 4 years. Ain't paid not now taxes. How she get a stimulus check? Because the stimulus check didn't come around till 2020. Am I right? They came around during the C-19, right? Or was it before that? Y'all, time's going so fast, but I know they didn't come in 2017. Or 18 or whatever. When did she get, how do you get a stimulus? Things calmed down. And Ariel and Tiffany had a talking to child. And let's see where this goes. Y'all, they girlfriends. Y'all, they girlfriends. Something ain't right. They girlfriends. Okay. Alright. Let's move on, child. Let's move on. Child, let's talk about Sandra, Nick, and what's the other boy's name? Sandra's boyfriend. Now, some of y'all in the comments said that y'all believe that Sandra and Nick may be doing a little bump and grind on the side. I don't believe that. Nope. I don't think so, y'all. Nope, not at all. But we have Nick. We know Nick is staying at his homeboy's house with Sandra. He done went and got him a, what was it? I thought it was a Lexus. Somebody told me in the comments it was a Land Rover. He's still driving around with no insurance and no license. Most states, the consensus in the comments was like, how did he even get off of the lot? But then somebody said that you can have the vehicle towed to the home, get it online. But I'm thinking you still don't have to show proof. You still don't have to show no forms of ID. That's crazy. He driving around in that car illegally everywhere but a job. So it's Mardi Gras time, child. Mardi Gras time now. You know, Nick, you know, he's an addict. Okay? Can't be doing no DRUGS's. Can't be doing a lot of drinking. The temptations will be out there in the Mardi Gras streets. So they go to Mardi Gras, had a good old time, and honey, they come back home. All right? It's the next morning. Good morning. How are you? Okay, that's what Sandra is asking Nick. Nick said, oh, I'm doing all right. I got a little bit of a hangover. Hangover? For what? I hope the temptation didn't reel you in. I hope the alcohol didn't reel you in. Well, guess what it did, honey? And guess what it was called? Hurricanes. Y'all, I've heard of hurricanes. I've never had a hurricane. So, honey, he had two. He said he wished he didn't have the hurricane. But, hey, he had two, and let's hope that don't lead to other things, because his homeboy was like, I just hope that this alcohol is not a gateway to him to doing the DRUGS. But to see, the hurricanes ain't the only thing that gave him a little bit of a hangover, child. Then we see this female coming out of the door. I said, oh my God. He done brought a girl home for Mardi Gras. Now, I don't know this girl, and I'm not speaking badly on this girl, child. She must have had a good old time in Mardi Gras because she looked busted, okay? Honey, Mardi Gras did her in. Honey, she looked rolled hard. Put up wet. I said, girl, they would have never got me on camera looking like that. Everything would have been blurred. Everything. So here is Sandra and the you know, homeboy looking like Jesus. And here's Nick that called this girl his girlfriend. Nick, you just met her the day before, right? She already already your girlfriend. She put it on you like that. Boy, them prison years was hard. Honey, she put it on you, and she already your girlfriend. Here comes Sandra. What about Sandra say, you want some ibuprofen? You nicer than me? I'll be like, Heifer, get your clothes, get your drawers, get your bra, whatever you brought up in this house, it's time for you to get out. That girl was real comfortable, wasn't she? She don't move to the couch. She had her feet on the couch. Ma'am, who are you? You got to go. So she finally said bye to Nick. And so here is his homeboy, looked at the rules and said, you remember that rule? No, guess. We can't be having no Mardi Gras funnies up and walking in and out this house. We can't be having no strays. Now we gotta go and wash them sheets or burn them sheets. She out here just walking around leaving DNA on my good couch. Y'all, these people are a trip. So, Nick done broke a rule. Child. He done broke 2 rules. He's drinking and he done brought in a stray. Child, let's move on. Let's talk about the House of Horrors. It's time for Bill to go to California. California, eh, knows how to party. Honey, Bill living it up in Cali. But before we see Bill go to California, Mark is taking him to the airport. They're having a little conversation. The disrespect of it all. Now, Mark is talking about the girlfriend and what's the future holding and how he been disrespected. Mark said, you may have to get up out my house. You may have to get up out my house. We can't deal with it anymore. It's stressful. It's disrespectful. You're not bringing nothing to the table. You ain't working. You're breaking all the rules. You may have to go. And so here's Bill. Bill. Come talking about, why are you bringing this up to me now when I'm getting ready to go on my trip? Why are you ruining my mood while I'm getting ready to go on a trip? F you. That's what Bill said to Mark. The same Mark who's driving him to the airport. Bill says F you to him. Yo, the only thing you would have heard next was Bill would have got about my vehicle right then, right now. Get out. You gonna say F me to someone who's taking you to the airport in my vehicle? Honey, I would have turned all the way around and went back home. Everything he had in that house would have been packed up and mailed. So here's Bill. Bill done got to the airport, child. He on his little social media. He's taking pictures of him and his girlfriend. He in the pool. He's eating lobster, living it up. Ain't paid not one bill, not rent, nothing. But he got money to do all that. I guess it was the girlfriend. Okay, you can stay there. Now, I don't understand why they can't come to this conclusion. This man, Mark, I'm talking to you. This man, to your face, disrespecting you, talking about F you. That's one. 2, he ain't bringing nothing to the table. He ain't paying no bills. He ain't paying no rent. And he said that your wife wants him. That your wife been sashaying, by his bedroom door, wearing somebody's good old Walmart 2-piece negligee. That's what he said about your wife. And you consider it, thinking, keep contemplating this man to stay underneath your roof. He done disrespected you and your home and your wife. So, that homegirl that came over, okay? She's with the prison ministries or whatever. That girl who was also in prison before, she comes over. And she's talking about Bill. And she was like, why is he even here? Why is he here? He's not doing anything. He's not contributing. Why is he here? So here is Hard Bang, Sharna, and Mark. Oh no, because of God. I have said this. How many times I got to say this, y'all? God don't like dumb. He really don't. He, she, it, whatever. God don't like dumb. So here is Sharna, who wants Bill out. Who wants Bill out, but she wants Mark to make that decision. Sharna said, you know what? He's been accusing me of being inappropriate. He's been saying that I want him. He's been saying I've been talking to him inappropriately. He said that I'm walking around here dressing inappropriately with the negligee. She said none of that is true. That is all lies. Again, why would you want that in your house? What if he accuses either one of y'all of doing something? And so here is Mark. Mark, I'm talking about, yes, he is saying blatant lies about my wife. And so the homegirl is like, get him out of here. He has to go. What is the problem? He's with the girlfriend. He's paying for this. He got this. Somehow there was a car in the conversation. They still don't know where that come from. Absolutely absurd. I refuse to believe these people are real. So then the homegirl calls, what she call a PO, a friend of hers, whatever. And then the guy says, if you kick out Bill, he'll be in the street and he'll be violated because your home is where he is paroled to. That's where your home, that's where he's paroled to. And so they were like, oh well, the homegirl said, oh well, pack up his stuff and he could go. But see, they're saying that they're worried about in law terms. Could they get in trouble for touching his stuff, bothering his stuff? You know, he can always come back and say, you know, they stole my stuff, they broke my stuff. And knowing Bill, he would. So the homegirl said while he's in California, pack it up and send it to him. How much stuff he got? The computer. What else? His little bit of clothing. His meats. Pack up some ice. It was just so unreal. Let the girlfriend deal with him. So they worried about what trouble they may get into if they just throw him out and change the locks on doors, which I do know in most states, you just can't throw somebody out. You have to go through a process. You have to evict them. Okay? Y'all know them horror stories of them squatters and renters who refuse to leave, but child, anyway. So, Mark, he's standing there. He says that he feels sorry for Bill. That he feels sorry for him. He just don't want to throw him out. That he actually feels sorry for this man. The same man who is accusing your wife of foul things. Bill says that he don't know what's going to happen. He said they're going to throw me out. I may be without a home. Well, Bill, it's time for you to get some things arranged. While you're in California, get some money from your woman. You got money for everything else if they don't know where you got it from. Child, let's move on. Last and certainly least, Javon. See, this is where the entitlement really comes in. This is the entitlement of all entitlements. I wanted to come through that screen and just slap the dog piss out of Javon. Who does he think he is? Now we have Audie. Audie has been very, very patient with Javon and kind. She has a whole bone disease, but she wants to see the best in Javon because she says she has been down this road and she's trying to look out for him because she knows how it is. So Javon tells her that the meetup with his daughter didn't go too well. And so Artie was like, you know what? I want to do something nice for him. So she goes out and pays for food for Javon. His favorite food. It was a lot of food. She spent some money. So here comes her son. Cute little fella. Her son comes over and she was like, Lord, the last time they met, it was some tin junk. Let's just hope everybody get along. So Javon's supposed to be there at 7 o'clock. It's 7:30. And her son is like, what is the problem? What is going on? Where he at? So here is Artie calling. No answer. So he says, oh, okay, so now he's ignoring your calls. It's 8 o'clock. Still no answer, no response. And so the son said, listen, I'm going to eat. We eating this food. I've been waiting here for an hour for this food. He was like, Mom, I don't even know what you're thinking about. We don't know this man. I don't know this man. And now he can't take your phone calls? After you done paid for dinner? No. No. I ain't about to. You don't want me to get right up in here, Mom. And so Artie, she was like, I just don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what his problem is. He gonna be coming in and out my house. So 1 o'clock in the morning comes. The producer is outside. Here comes Javon. The producer said, what's up, man? How you doing? Where you been? Javon was like, oh, I'm good. Like it's 1 o'clock in the day. So Javon goes up to Artie's house. Bah, 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 bah. I mean banging like the police. I mean loud. Shaking the windows. He banging so hard. So her son opens up the door and was like, man, what are you doing? Why are you banging on this door like that? Javon was like, what are you talking about? He said, man, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You could be coming up in my mama's house acting like this. So then here is Javon. Where your mama at? Negro. She's asleep. It's 1 in the morning. And so the son said, what are you talking about? You supposed to have been home earlier to have dinner. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, we ain't gonna be doing this. So then Javon, see, this is when I really wanted to go through my TV. Javon had the audacity to say, I want to go to bed, but first, I'm hungry. Where the food at? If Artie's son would have took a baseball bat and busted Javon upside the head, it would have been warranted. It would have been warranted. I would have handed it to him. Get your fat ass coming up in this woman's house at 1 o'clock in the morning looking like who done it what for? You had all day to eat. You had all day. And then you gonna come up in there talking about you hungry, where the food at? Everything would have been destroyed in my mama's house. Either he gonna hurt me or I'm gonna hurt him. So he could talk about, Javon could talk about, who is he to question me? He can't be questioning me where I been and why I'm coming into his mama's house at 1 in the morning. Absolutely he can. That's his mama's house. You rude ass. So here he is trying to get to the food. The son is like, we ain't doing this. We are not doing this. Artie done woke up. She come downstairs. She said, what the heck is going on down here? Oh gonna be doing this. And so here's Javon. Get your boy. Get your son. Artie said, absolutely not. You're not getting no what? You should have ate at 7 o'clock. It's 1 in the morning. You got to go. You got to get out. Take your feet to the motherfucking street. Get out. But before Javon can leave, he throws the food, the leftovers, on the floor. Ooh. Oh my God. Artie, you better not let that man back in your house. Artie, you better not let that man back in the house. Let me say it 3 times. Artie, you better not let that man back in your house. The disrespect, the rudeness. So here is Javon, here is Artie and her son getting Javon out of the house. He was like, man, I ain't gotta take his good. 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 Bye. Bye. And Artie, when he comes to get his stuff, please have the police there standing by. Get his little articles and clothing, and he got to go. He got to go. The nerve. The nerve. What y'all think about that? Y'all let me know. Y'all know what to do. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.